Hello and welcome to the Glesga podcast, sponsored by Dragon Soup, and this is a special live edition recorded at Blackfriars in Glasgow, and you can get tickets at glesga.com or clicking the bio link in any of our socials. Now this week we're joined by our very special guest, Greg Hemphill.
How are you doing? Nice to be alright, how are you doing? How are you, young team? Alright. Good to see you. Good to see you. Wow.
Right, thanks for coming to this interview for a new dad. I know you've done well in your life, but this arsehole will bleed you dry. I'm telling you, you'll end up doing a lunch club with me, man, banging some old... Anyway, but the point is, he thinks he's in with a chance. And once he's in, he won't leave. He's like Japanese knotweed, this bobber.
I'm getting PTSD sitting here. It's like Jack, you know what I mean? it's the last 20 years of my life flashing before my
Jack, who's he? That's a
that's my
nice,
old pal.
even-tempered guy. He's a bit of a pussy, he doesn't tell it like it is.
He's a pussy cat, is what he is. He's a pussy cat.
He's a big pussy cat. Kind of like a big fucking Bengal tiger, actually, isn't he?
So welcome, it's great.
God.
It's great to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we were just...
How did you get him? How the fuck did you get him? I mean, I've been hanging about outside his house for months. How did you get him?
Well, we said we would each approach somebody, and it was either between Greg or the guy behind the counter at the spa.
The guy behind the counter at the spa was busier.
Well, I got to be honest, I sneaked up behind him. It's not really an approach. He shot himself.
So we were just saying before that this place is where it sort of all started for you, isn't
Absolutely did start in this very room in 1989.
Was that when your mother gave birth?
That's right.
Was this a maternity fucking hospital or something? I mean, I hope it wasn't as bogging as it is now. I mean, for fuck's sake, you'll end up with fetal alcohol syndrome being born in here.
Very first gig was in here, 1989, December, and we'd seen Phil Kay. He just started out. He was at the year above me at university, I think. And then we came here, and Frankie Boyle was also on the bill that night. He was 16 years old. That was his first gig in this very room. The stage was at the back there, as you remember.
So it was you, Phil Kay, Frankie Boyle?
I think so, yeah, and Bruce Morton.
And Bruce Morton?
Yeah.
You've been short-changed, haven't you?
Was it? Listen.
I'm not fucking messing with that or trying to... I'm not retorting.
It's all Social Security money anyway. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, the peasants are revolting. Fucking zipper. Bang him in the chin with that, mate.
It was beautiful, man. Beautiful. Oh, dear God.
So
yeah.
was there nobody unfamous? I mean, it must have been the birth of Scottish comedy. I mean,
we were a three-man act, and we
you were a
got
three-man act?
60 quid, 20
there
quid
was
a show.
you and wee
Rab Christie and a guy called Neil Warhurst, who was English and then decided that he wanted to go to England to become an actor. So he left, and then me and Rab carried on for a couple of years. And then Rab became a producer. He runs the comedy unit now.
Yeah,
and,
he's done well for himself.
He's done better than me,
yeah.
Bastard.
No shite as me.
Not so sure about that.
No, producers, they take everything. No, Rab's doing grand, and we still speak. He hasn't been in here probably since we did those gigs, I imagine. But it was a great room back then, and I gather that it's having a bit of a revival in the last few years, which is really cool, because when we started, this was literally the only room in Glasgow that was putting on live comedy.
Oh, you should have seen our house back in the day. It wasn't really a spectator sport, though, you know. I mean, you'd get the odd ball bag looking in the window. I know, fucking live comedy. I was in physical comedy back in the house. In the old
falling
days.
down.
Oh, fuck, aye.
Well, it was weird
Kung
'cause
fu, everybody was kung fu fighting.
it was even weirder because we lived in the 15th floor. Was that how the fuck, So it's that because maybe people wouldn't know that you started as a stand-up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Can you remember what did you used to talk about in your
Our
set?
act was fucking desperate, if I'm absolutely honest. It was desperate. And Phil, you remember Phil Kay? I don't know how many of you have seen Phil Kay. He was a brilliant... In fact, he had a Channel 4 show took off him because he wouldn't write down what he was going to do on the show. And Phil would, no, I'm not doing that. So he used to make stuff up all the time. And we had like a 20-minute set that we thought, this works. This is gold, baby. It works. So we wouldn't change it. We never changed it. And after a couple of years, Phil was like, fuck, are you still doing that joke and this joke and Spot the Ball? Spot the Ball's not even in the newspapers anymore. Are you still doing that? And I'm like, fucking shut up, Phil. You're fucking mad hair and you fucking improv. Nah. So, but you know, he kept going and we faded out after about 3 or 4 years. But we went to the Edinburgh Festival and we had a really good run in 1990 and did the circuit down in London and all that. And after about 5 or 6 years, we just kind of sort of moved on to other things, but it was great. But I remember this man, you know, back in the day, and he's still doing it, still going strong. The old campaigner, Raymond. But,
Well, I need to keep this ball bag, you know. Yeah, just bleeds you dry, man, like a locust. He won't leave. Phoning me up all the time.
Aye.
Tapping me, telling me a load of inane shite. You know that way. It's usually about sort of way around. You know, elderly relatives will phone you and go, oh, guess who died? Somebody I've never heard of, but I'm going to tell them anyway. But it's no easy. You need a purpose in your
But
life.
you love them, though. You love them.
Who? My wains. It's very trying. It's
God
very
bless you.
trying. So what was your dad like? I mean, what's your dad like? I mean, did he approve of you getting into comedy?
No, my dad was an accountant, and he was he was the math brain in the family. And my mum wanted to go to art school, and she wanted to be creative. And my dad used to take me to football games, and I love football. I went to see the Switzerland game the other week. There, I was there for the.
Oh, you in Munich?
I was there for the goal. Fuck me, man. You know. But anyway, my dad used to take me to the games and he'd shout at me because I would spend the whole time looking at the crowd. There was guys with pipes and stuff back in the days, and it was like the Bruins, you know what I mean? It
What
was
team
still.
were you watching back then?
Well, I'd go and see anybody. Go see Partick Thistle, go see Celtic. I saw Celtic beating China. I talked about this on Off the Ball.
6-1. It was 6-1.
You know about that game?
I was at the game.
Were you?
Yeah, I was a Chinese goalie.
You were busy that night. You were fucking busy that night.
We need you to keep we need you to keep a clean sheet. I went, oh, there's already skid marks on the bed. Right, forget it. I went, 6-1,
Yeah.
pumped them.
So I did Off the Ball in 1994 and I'd spent a year going, was anybody at this game? Did I dream this game? Celtic played China and they beat them 6-1. And
That was 1970.
78.
78
or 79, yeah. I was over visiting my grandparents. And somebody sent in a program, so I've got a program for it.
Hey.
Yeah, so because I honestly started to think I'd maybe dreamt that as a kid or something.
No, you
know what I
never
mean?
dreamt. I was there. I was there.
Was anybody else
again.
there?
I was at that game.
We're the only people in the room that was there.
No, well, everybody else did.
Yeah, that's true.
1978, East End of Glesga. You know how it is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how it is.
There's old Willie, 42. Go and ask the Oracle, he's 42. He knows everything.
We didn't live well in the days.
And you said you went to Switzerland, did you, for the football?
Well, it was in
Well,
Cologne.
I went to
Game
Cologne
was
for
in
the
Cologne.
Switzerland game, yeah.
I told the
No,
Swiss supporters, though. They outsung the Scotland supporters.
Yeah, we were in amongst the Swiss supporters.
Aye, I was up at the top of the stand at the back. So I don't know. You're behind the goal, and I was the other side,
Right, okay.
facing the goal. But the Swiss supporters are. You know that song, "In the Jungle, the Mighty Jungle."
Yeah,
They sing that.
they do, yeah.
And it's a fucking great song. And you know they all go. Boo, 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 wee, I am away. Because they all yodel like fuck.
Yeah, they're good at it.
And they've all got their alpine horns. Great, we're just going, fly on us, get fucking another goal, because I know you go. That's the end of that one. And we were right up at the top of the stand. It's very high, the Cologne Stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just 200 stairs or something. I mean, I was bursting for a pish. And it's not like the old days when you saw
pish down the back,
Celtic
aye.
play pished in the back of the guy in front of you.
Ah, exactly.
Just got that. Excuse me, mate, you finished with that flagon cider bottle, right? And then, brother, just... There you go, that's all right. You keep that? No, I'm going to throw it. And I'm like...
I'm going to throw it.
Somebody doing
the
the
whistling bottle. Woo.
a gallon up. Here we go, fucking hook.
Oh my God, those were the days,
They were the days. Because everybody stood at the football end.
Yeah.
I remember. Remember
Everybody
the old
stood.
Hampden?
Aye.
The old Hampden. I mean, it was just wooden struts and muck.
Yeah.
What a rainy day it was, fuck. I remember I saw the Rolling Stones at Hampden.
Aye.
Well, they still get pumped 6-1. But... And you know that, like, it was a great gig and the sound was great, but I managed to source some recreational substances
Okay.
from a relative of mine, and you used to get an £8, but that was before inflation ravaged everything. Right? I used to get, and I remember we went to Hampden, and I was smoking, and I took a whitey, you know, and I shot myself. It was still a great gig. I can't get no. Anyway.
So you won the competition, which is called So You Think You're Funny, which is like the biggest competition. Because I entered that and the judges decided I wasn't funny at all. And then that's where I believe that you met Ford and you did a kids show together. Is that right?
We did a kids show. That's right. We wrote for a show. I mean, So You Think You're Funny wasn't then what it is now. It was like now it's all TV producers, and back then, do you know what I got as the gift, the prize for winning it? It was a lamp of Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. With am I getting fucking punked here? Is that what's going on here? But he had a light bulb in his. You remember he used to put Uncle Fester. The light bulb came out his mouth, and that was it. It was just like a piece of. It said Gold Beer presents So You Think You're Funny, and me and Rab and Neil used to pass it around our houses. We used to all take like it was the Oscar. You know what I mean? It was like fucking pass it between our houses.
Award,
that was it. Now I think you won about fucking 20 grand or something. You won.
Have you still got the award?
Rab's got it. Rab's got
it.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah.
Are you keeping it then?
I'm due a turn in about the next 2 years or something. Yeah, it actually turned out to be a prized possession because it got us started. It was a great summer, and it kind of like sort of affirmed what we sort of thought that maybe we could have a go at this. You know what I mean? And we're all still working in comedy, so it's great.
You hear that? See, but he's got talent, son. He's talented, and he speaks really well. He's got that Scottish, Canadian, Mid-Atlantic.
Lloyd fucking Grossman.
Yes. Let's see who lives in this house.
Through the keyhole.
Through the keyhole.
Aye. When people meet me and they come up to me and they're like, "Oh, hello, Victor." I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" And they're like, "Fuck off."
Were you born here or born in Canada?
I was born in Glasgow and I moved away when I was like 3 with my parents, obviously.
Right.
Just fucking and
so they went to Canada.
Went to Canada, grew up there.
Your dad at the jail, had to come back home. What happened?
Came back when I was 16.
Well, that's pish.
Yeah, I know.
You went to Canada and it didn't work out for your mind. What happened? Fuck's sake.
It's not
That's like coming back to Wishy-Ushy's pish, by the way. You know what I mean? You get to Canada. What happened?
It's a boring story for a comedy gig because it's all about
hurry
the
up.
fucking.
Hurry up.
No, you're not wrong. The French government, my dad didn't speak French. They were coming into power and they were going to make everybody speak French. So he was like, "We're going back home."
Oh, you went to Quebec?
Yeah.
Oh,
we were
that
in
was
Quebec.
your first fucking mistake.
I know.
You land in Quebec and you go, how far do you have to travelling away for these people? Hey. Yeah, you should have went to Vancouver.
Well, that's where my brother lives. He lives
in the Rockies.
When we came back up,
Saskatoon.
Have you spent time in Canada?
Or up in the Yukon.
Have you spent time there?
No, I've got a map.
All right, okay. That'll do it.
Because you get polar bears up there.
You do. You do, aye.
Polar bears. And what happens when you're in like Saskatoon, because it's cold in Saskatoon, it's a bit like Thurso. But no such a nice view, very flat, right? And an alarm goes off, a hooter, a siren.
Yeah.
Wee, wee. And maybe doesn't sound like that, but make off yourself. Woo, right? And that's an owl, right? Because polar bears just walk into the town.
That's right.
And then
aye.
you need to clear the streets. Because you might look at a polar bear and go, oh, a polar bear, you got him, pet it. Oh, fuck you up.
Oh, it will fuck you up.
Fuck you up, man.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Dragon Soup.
Yeah, this is it. So it's a caffeinated alcoholic beverage, and this particular flavour is blue raspberry. So it's available in 13 flavours, and you can also get it in most corner shops and convenience stores in Scotland and in pubs and nightclubs in Glasgow specifically.
If you're going to drink Dragon Soup or any alcoholic beverage, please, please, please drink responsibly.
Sunday afternoon, look how busy it is. It feels like it's a Friday night. It feels fucking fantastic.
They're all electronically tagged. They're going
Day
to be back in the
release.
house for 6, aye.
So tell us then, how did it all start? Because I loved Still Game, but my favourite growing up was definitely Chewin the Fat.
Chewing the Fat. Oh, yeah.
How did
He's a gongya doba. That's it. If anybody says that, I just fucking... I'm back there, you know what I mean? We fucking dagger fringe and we Kappa tracksuit.
Do you get that a lot? Do you get people shouting at you in the street or the?
Oh yeah. I mean, we used to get a lot of stuff from Chewin the Fat, and then of course once Still Game came along, everybody just shouted 2 pints prick. Especially if Ford and I had the misfortune of been walking down the street together, we were like, that was it. But Chewin the Fat was great fun. We had done a summer of radio shows for Radio Scotland on when the Shinty was supposed to be on us, or just before the Shinty. What a fucking slot that is, by the way. You know what I mean? You can warm up for the Shinty. Good on you. And we did that for 2 years, and then we gathered up all the sketches from that, and we went and did the TV show in 1999, I think that was. So yeah, and Ford and I and Paul Riley and Mark Cox and Jane, not Jane. Jane wasn't on the scene then. Of course, it was Karen DeBar, you know, and my wife Julie, she was in the show too. Yeah.
Because your wife was in Balamory. That's what she's known for, really, isn't it? Your wife,
Yeah.
in terms of starting in Balamory.
Yeah. Gooey hair.
It's incredible.
Did anybody grow up on that show, Balamory? Yeah? Oh, I fucking so you did. Fucking Trumpton, maybe.
That's how he got his fucking tag.
I grew up in Balamory. But it's cute because, like, she did that for 4 years in 2003, 2004. And the kids in the nursery were like 3, 4, 5. And now she meets them and they're like 22 and they're like, "My Julie, I was in the nursery with you." You know, it's that kind of thing, you know. And she's getting photos taken with these giant boys and all that. It's great. Time moves very quickly, but we had a great time doing that show. Really great time.
How did Chewin the Fat or Still Game come about? Was that obviously because the characters were in Chewin the Fat? How did that evolve, or how did you think those two characters, Jack and Victor, are awesome, were going to take it to the full thing?
The guy that was in charge of comedy at the time, Ewan Angus, he's retired now, he said to us, you can do two pilot sitcoms, and you choose the characters from Chewin the Fat, which ones you want to do. So we chose Jack and Victor because we'd done them at the Edinburgh Festival and had a bit of success with that, and we did Ronald Villiers. But we wrote the Still Game one first, and wrote that, and it was like, okay, we think this works. Let's start writing the Ronald Villiers one. And we got about halfway through it. This is one of the funniest characters that we'd come up with, you know, and Ford played him so brilliantly. And halfway through the script, Ford went, "Nah, I'm not feeling it. He just didn't want to do it." Hey. But we only got halfway through the script and we stuck it in a drawer. And then we jumped onto Still Game and we did the pilot. And then the pilot came, we filmed the pilot, and then we had to wait about 9 months before the series was commissioned. And by that time, the pilot was available in the Barras. Somebody had took it from the... So I swear to God, Ford was down the Barras and the guy's like, Still Game pilot. We're like, fuck's sake. So we did the series 9 months later, and then the 6 episodes went out as the first series.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
The rest of this is
See, he's getting a staying power, this year. You know what I mean? He hits a brick wall and he just keys up. He's getting it. I saw this young team They gee up too quickly now. They've got nasty
anxiety and all
Do you know? Oh, well, that is big now. Remember back in the day? I've got a bit of anxiety. I'll give you fucking anxiety. I'll give you anxiety, I'll fucking wanker you. You know what I mean? Damn, I'm not feeling it. Wake up to yourself, you fucking idiot.
Wake up to yourself. That was the doctor's prescription, wasn't it? Wake up to yourself.
Wake up, fucking sort yourself out. Right. It's January, you're Scottish. Just wait a week. Right.
Wait a week.
I know, it'll be February and everything's going to be fine. You've just been pissed too often. But that's it, see, you never had the benefit of that lifestyle. You know, I mean, it's okay, your arteries are all clean and all that, right? You're not going to have a heart attack, but it's not, it's up here, son, and in here, and in here. You got to stay in it. The youngins. See, they need the excuses to fail.
Oh, God bless the youngins. I got a couple of youngins myself, man. You know
have you? So you're a father?
I'm a father, yeah.
You need to watch what you say to them now.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
Because there's social workers.
I thought you were going to say because counselling's expensive.
Counselling? I mean, £125 an hour to sit greeting in front of somebody. £25 for a carry out and I'll greet for a week, right? But it's true. You wonder if you're doing the right thing. You know, you're fortifying the wee fuckers.
Yeah.
You know, and he looks at me in a very suspicious way. He's fucking peering at me.
Aye.
Fucking, he looks at, wondering what I'm going to do next. You know, like strike like a cobra. Would you have any advice for? No, that this mob's going to get a chance to breed.
Good on you.
Good on you. So have you any fatherly advice for him in the modern age?
In the modern age, what age is your boy?
5.
Girl? Boy or girl?
5.
Yeah.
Boy.
5 years old, so mine are 23 and 18. And actually, I learn a lot from them. They're great. So I try not to do that thing of, I don't understand you, and things are different now, and you know what I mean? I try to do the opposite and kind of so the way I do that is I have an Instagram account and I use lots of emojis and it really fucks them off. You know what I mean? I send a yellow thumb to them all the time. They're like, I fucking stop sending that, Dad. It's really mortifying.
He thinks Instagram's a Coke delivery service.
Instagram.
But you see, what gets me, it's the conversations you have to have. Right, you know what I mean? It's the conversations you have to have. You're going through your day, and it's about meaningful conversations, and then he comes out with, who do you think would win between Batman and Superman? I mean, what a fucking stupid question. Superman would kick the shite out of Batman.
Yeah.
The Man of Steel, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you've got to show patience, you see. Patience. Wait 5 minutes and then clock him. Right.
The biggest difference I noticed was when the thing that was missing from me was the doorbell never went when they had pals up. So they were the guy would come to the door and just
through walls or something.
No, they'd text Benny would get a text.
I'm at the door.
Cat flap. Benny would get a text saying, I'm at the door, let me in. So I'd be sitting watching the telly, and then the next thing, there's people in my house. Whereas when we were growing up, you had to run the gauntlet of the dad at the door for fucking 15 minutes. You had to get grilled, didn't you? What's your plans, Greg? You know what I mean? It was like you got asked, what are your plans? Well, Mr. Giuliano, I'm doing quite well in math, and you had to actually...
That's right.
You had to do
ask
that.
for permission.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, can I get my pal in?
Yeah.
Who's your fucking pal? He's a dickhead. No, he's not coming in here and steal stuff.
Yeah.
Steal stuff with nothing to steal.
That's gone. That is all gone.
Him and his mate going out with a radiogram. Fucking hurry up.
He would always leave you in the house.
But you're locked in.
Aye. And then
nothing's going to happen to you.
It would always be Mum that would check up on you, and she'd be like, "You all right, son? We're just leaving Tenerife."
The ball bag was 24 at the time. you got to give your children, you got to give them independence. Teach them responsibility. Don't burn the house down, we'll be back in a fortnight. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he's got abandonment issues now. Who ever heard the abandonment issues? You know what I mean? Oh, I've got abandonment issues. No wonder everybody fucks off, you're so fucking boring. We need to abandon you. Right? You're bursting my hole.
Do your two boys, when did they first watch anything you'd done, like Chewin the Fat or Still Game?
I remember it was probably when they were about, the older one was about 11 or 12 actually. He said, Dad, it's really, he says, come on, everybody in my school has seen Still Game and you've not let me see it. So we watched it and they watched like every episode. And
you never let them see it?
No, I didn't. It wasn't like, you're not going to see
what
that
kind
till
of
you're
evil
older.
dare you? You fucking get a look on the telly.
I'll be absolutely honest with you. It never occurred to me to let them see it because I thought, that seems a bit fucking, come on, you see your dad. You know what I mean? They were off watching Pokemon and fucking SpongeBob and stuff, you know? Like, get that pish off, you know?
I know, before you know it, they'll be going, oh, fucking him, what's she having sex with a missus? You know what I mean? That was good. What else have you got? Fucking behave yourself.
But then they came to me and said they'd like to see it, so I let them see it. And they
binge watched it?
Binge watched it, yeah.
Fuck's sake, they clearly don't do very much.
Exactly.
Clearly get time in their hands.
62 episodes. Yeah.
Fuck me. Right. What do they want to do with their life?
The older one wants to do event management and DJ, that kind of thing. The younger one's at university.
Doing what?
He is doing business management. Me and my wife, who's also an actor, like that. Good luck with that. We can't fucking... can't help you there. Business management.
I love how the older sort of generation and younger generation, when you said 62 episodes, the older people went, oh, and the younger generation just went, ka-ching!
So what's this wild swimming all about? You're going to pick up cryptosporidium and all that. I mean, just go in the bath, you fucking weirdo. It's not this Hollywood pish now. Oh, me and the wife are wild swimming. Where do you go to? What, in the river? In the Loch Lomond or something?
Ice baths.
Are you bollocks?
Rivers.
Are you
sometimes, yeah. Well, look, I don't have a lot to boast about beforehand.
Well, but even less.
Exactly.
In Scotland.
Even fucking less.
Go look at these two women wild swimming. The tall one's got a beard.
And then you... give it a couple of months, you come out of the water, give it a couple of months, and you look down one day and you're like, oh, there's my wee willy back. That's good. It's come back. It's come back. No, it's great fun. I did it this morning, actually, in Loch Lomond. I was in this morning. Try to do it every day. Love it. We've done it since lockdown.
Loch Lomond's a bit dodgy because you can go into Loch Lomond and
it's a shelf.
Aye.
Straight
shelf.
Yeah.
It's like a time capsule.
Shite myself.
That was the original wild swimming, the time capsule.
Avoid the jobby.
Avoid the jobby. And it's getting to the time capsule, that's wild fucking walking. What a place.
No, we've done it since lockdown, and my wife got into it first.
Because there's this thing, they say this because you go in the cold water, and it does something to your cells or something that puts you into survival mode.
That's right.
And apparently you lose hundreds of weight.
You lose a lot of calories, yeah.
Okay, now there's a lot of potential wild swimmers in here.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say you've done this today just for the love of comedy and the love of podcast. So just to say thank you very much for making it along. Give a round of applause.
Yeah, Greg Hemphill, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Greg Hemphill.
And that brings us to the end of our live show. It was incredible, wasn't it, getting Greg Hemphill on?
He's a lovely man, a very, very, very lovely man. Came all the way down for his house in heaven or wherever he lives and come down here and did his thing with us. Thank you, top guy.
Now remember, we don't reveal the guest to any of our live shows until the recording, so make sure you grab tickets to our next live show by visiting glesga.com or by clicking the social link in any of our bios. And as always, thank you to our sponsor, Dragon Soup. And until the next time, if you enjoyed this, please tell your friends, but if you didn't,
fuck off. Thing.
That's all right. On you go, man.
There you go.
No. When you gotta go, you gotta go. No, it's all right. The big man's going.
Get, it's good. Here. I'd get in the toilet before him. You're going to be fucking swimming by that in the Clyde later.